Me and Judah are driving back from the fish hatchery in Blue Lake, California, and it is pouring out rain. While, you know, um, navigating myself through all kinds of emotions and life currently for myself, God is putting on my heart, and not to videotape it, but putting it on my heart right now with knowledge that, sometimes we try on our own to get peace in an area that hurt us or broke us, or we felt like we couldn't get out of it, or we did all that we could do. And sometimes that peace that we're asking for, God, He won't grant it. Now, I don't know, I'm not God, but He won't grant it often because He is not done with it in our life. We are, because on our own strength and power, or sometimes our own emotion, or character defects or hurts from past, we just want to, get out of a situation that we don't think is going to be better, or we can't do anything different in. And often God is going to, he could allow healing, and I'm hoping that I'm able to heal, and I'm hoping you're able to heal. But that peace that we want, sometimes that's not what he wants for it. Sometimes he makes distance, so we could be walking more right with God and able to do what we weren't able to do because we weren't able to grow and heal. And that might sound basic to some of you, and it might sound basic to you if you ever watched this, because I know I wasn't capable of doing it. Now, we also know that we live in fear and worry, and we're human, so we have emotion. So sometimes that could be the thing that keeps us from peace. So, like I said in the beginning, it's not always the case, but I do know, and sometimes I see some of God's ways in my own life, that often that peace is something that, well, not everything is of God to do. We have to trust in Him. We go through the pains and the emotions, so we can pray to God just to take it all. But sometimes God, He has shown in His Word that He allows us to go through it. It says that it won't break us, even though we feel broken. And if we're a piece of clay or a pottery, and we've already dried out, sometimes God's going to have to allow a lot of storms or a lot of water to go in our life, and we feel like we're drowning. But if we are trusting that we are in the hands of the potter, then we know that it's going to be beneficial for us in the long run. And I know that's true, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to be able to endure and go through it. And I can tell you right now, that's incredibly hard, and it is a minute by minute thing, not a day by day thing for me. And sometimes it can just be our hope, our weakness is why we don't have peace, and God does want us to change and go to Him, but we have put so much stock into somebody or something that we hurt ourselves longer as God is trying to take us from it. And I say that to myself, my future self, because that could be the case as well. But I know for myself, God also takes us through things so we can see it from another perspective, a perspective from Him, and a perspective that we weren't able to see when we were in something in a certain way. And so sometimes we fight peace in our emotions instead of seeing what is God doing with this, what does He want us to see and learn from this. And I'm not God, so I don't know all the reasons or what the actual truth is. I just know that often God knows us and our desires and our wants in our life, and sometimes we are not able to get through it, or we can miss something that ultimately is a good thing. So He'll reposition us, and it'll really be a test for us to see, is this really what we want, or are we just talking? And is this really what we want? Am I able to put in what I'm able to do to be able to have something in the long run that I want, but I'm not able to do right now? So these are questions and thoughts, and if there is something that you don't have peace over and you continually give it to God, maybe in the long run He'll give it to you, and that'll be a test of our faith and a growth of our faith to continue to ask for it. But also, there's times that we ask God for peace or a door to be open or a door to be closed, and He's just saying no. And we got to find out that reason for it. We can go to anyone and everyone, or go and do everything to get our mind off of it, or take our peace, or to give us peace or distraction, or go to anyone and everyone that isn't God for the answer, or human opinion or recommendation. But God is the only one that's going to be able to do that. And when we fight God in some of these areas, we really hurt ourselves, and we also hurt others that do love us. So this is just heavy on me. Life is heavy right now in my life. Learning to love my son in a deeper way and push through pain, because depression and the enemy is real. And if I didn't, I'd be laying in bed today on my day off, and then it would be work week before I know it. So hey, push yourself through the pain. Seek God for what He wants for our life, and don't worry what the enemy says or what our experience is, because often in relationships we stay in things and we never grow, and we never grow as individuals. We see what we've done to each other, and so why would I even try? But often God's like, yo, like, you got something great here, you just stopped watering it, and you also stopped growing as an individual. So I'm hoping that that's the case for my life. I love hard and I care hard, and we don't work on something, we get worse in something. And the growth and the conviction is what's going to allow you to see God in your life. Being convicted of wrongdoing or things is a horrible but great thing, because we see what we've done. So just saw your companies at your house still coming back, and we're thinking of you heavy and hurting. But I'm learning that love is two ways. There's fear and emotion involved. Love is two ways, and if it's meant, you'll both make a way. And I'm also going to say I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of trying. And the whole healing apart isn't the way. It's what I'm learning, because we can heal together.